The number one feature of a healthy diet is high dietary diversity. Yes, just meaning we're eating a wide variety of different whole and minimally processed foods. This 2021 study that followed nearly 500,000 people living in 9 different European countries for an average of 22 years found that people with the most diverse diets, as measured by something called Dietary Species Richness, which is the number of different species represented in the whole diet over the course of a full year, those people with the most diverse diets had a 37% reduced all-cause mortality, an indirect way to measure overall health and longevity, compared to people with the least diverse diets. High dietary diversity in the study was a dietary species richness of 81 or more, different species represented in the whole diet over the course of a full year. And low dietary diversity was a dietary species richness of 48 or fewer. And the authors calculated that for every 10 additional species we consume, all-cause mortality decreases by 10%. They also further analyzed by 10 individual food groups: vegetables, tubers, legumes, fruits plus nuts plus seeds, dairy, cereal grains, fish and shellfish, eggs, and condiments, and found that while it might be a little bit more important to mix up the vegetables we eat, no one food group was responsible for these benefits. Similar results have been found in other populations and using different ways of measuring dietary diversity. And this 2022 meta-analysis that included data from 20 longitudinal studies found that high dietary diversity reduced all-cause mortality by 22%. Also confirming that this is a variety of all foods in the diet. Vegetable diversity only accounted for a 5% reduction in all-cause mortality. Why is dietary diversity so beneficial to our overall health? This study, published way back in 1987, shows that the greater a variety of foods we consume, the better the overall nutrient profile of our diets, and the less likely we are to have nutritional deficiencies. They also showed that dietary diversity correlated with diet quality. People who eat a wider variety of foods tend to include more nutrient-dense foods like fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. We also know that people are more likely to eat more fruits and vegetables if they're eating a wider variety of them. This 2018 study found that people who ate a wider variety of fruits and vegetables had overall higher consumption and were more likely to meet their daily nutrient requirements, particularly for essential vitamins like vitamin C and vitamin B9 and beta carotene, which is a vitamin A precursor. Basically, high dietary diversity is associated with long-term adherence to healthier eating patterns, which reduces the likelihood of nutrient deficiencies and promotes better overall health. What's a good goal? We definitely need more studies to be able to narrow in on a target number of different foods to eat per day or per week or per season or per year. But based on the science we do have, I think a case can be made for aiming for 12 or more different foods per day and 35 or more different foods per week with seasonal variation throughout the year. But like all things nutrition, every better choice counts. So a great goal is to simply mix it up in whatever way makes sense to you now. Maybe that's just adding a single fruit or vegetable to your rotation or trying a new recipe once per week.